Hu Tao? Oh no, no, no. I'm just picturing Toma driving me, Venti, and Rosario home at 3 a.m. Like his cigarettes are popsicles. Have you ever found a character just really charming, but then you think of real life and you're like, I might not get along with you. Please keep your distance there, madam. Well, that's the inspiration for today's video. The likability tier list / ranking. I've never done one of these before, so it should be a fun time. The tiers are the extremely likable, the likable in and out of game, the likable cause it is a game, the depends on the day, or the mildly infuriating / the oh yeah, they exist. So let's get into it. So we start with Ayaka. Ayaka's a very simple one. She doesn't really strike me as a strong personality, and I feel like the extremely likable characters are gonna be strong personalities. But she's kind of comf. Like, I feel like she would be a nice person to just like hang out with. And that's not just limited to the game. Simple one. Chi-Chi, I've never had the mispleasure of scaring me in 50/50. So I don't really know that she exists most of the time. I'm gonna put her in the oh they exist. She's very forgettable. Apologies to the Chi-Chi lovers, which I don't think there's that many of you, but I'm still sorry. Sara's great from a design perspective, but then she opens her mouth. She's like, she has the design that I love, but then she starts talking and you realize she's just a big simp and a hard ass. She's not infuriating. I think it depends on the day. Cause like, I might not hate her on some days, but other days I'll just be like, ugh, that one. Jean is a simple woman, and I like a simple woman. I like the hardworking thing. There's not much to really talk about though. She's just a hardworking leader, and I feel like there's a limit to how much fun you can have with her though. But I think she's likable enough. Aloy, I've never played her game, so yeah. Ganyu is extremely likable. There's a thing with overworked people who are also really nice. Kind of like Jean now that I think about it. I think I'd get along with Ganyu. Like, imagine you and Ganyu in an office setting. Like, I feel like she would just make cupcakes for everyone, bring them in, and she's still the hardest worker there. So you feel kind of bad for her. And then you go out with like a group of workers to karaoke and you just invite her to be nice. But she's just a nice, likable person. Yeah, that was a really specific example. Klee is the child that, besides for her acts of arson, I think she's really wholesome. Like, if your neighbor was to ask you to babysit a child, I would want it to be Klee. Out of all the small characters, Klee's by far the most fun. And I can just like picture us like destroying someone's house together and it being awesome. So we're actually gonna put her at the top. She's like the king of the small children. Barbara's very simple. There's not much there. Like, she's just nice, kind of quiet. She can sing. She's normal enough so that, like, yeah, she can be a real person. I guess we'll put her here because she's not very, like, stereotypical game character. So she's fine. Tartaglia is a little stereotypical game character. Tartaglia is very, like, he seems like a kind of a Chad, but he's also obsessed with, like, beating the shit out of people. Like, you can become best friends with him, and then as an initiation, he would ask you to fight him to the death. That's 100% what I see him doing. Yeah, we're gonna leave him there. See, Fischl's likable. Like, I'm just imagining myself drunk at, like, someone's party and finding Fischl, and, like, drunk, you would vibe with them so much, and, like, that's your best friend for the night. But then you wake up sober and you talk to her, and she's the exact same way she was last night. But yeah, no, she's likable because it's a game. Amber's extremely likable. She is like, I don't know, every time I look at Amber, I just think of Hall Monitor SpongeBob. Amber's just kind of a nice, like, character though. Like, she's just the friend of everybody. But if you're really close to her, I feel like she's like one of the best friends you'll ever have. She's nice. Hu Tao. Oh, no, no, no. Hu Tao is cool. Yeah, she's definitely limited to like the game likability, because just picture yourself going to a funeral in real life and you're all depressed. And then Hu Tao busts down the door with like 10 coffins like, hey guys. Why would that be the best thing? No, Hu Tao is like one of my favorite characters, but she's definitely limited to the game aspect. Toma is the designated driver best friend. Like, he's likable as hell. You'll be at a club at 3 in the morning. You'll just be like, yo bro, can you come pick me up? And he'll be like, yeah, sure, no problem. Like, he could be feeling pissed off, but he'll like act like the nicest guy. And I just, you owe him so much, but he'll never ask for anything. Like, he's just such a likable character. Venti. Yeah, he's the alcoholic best friend. If we're talking about likability of the gods, he's by far my favorite. I can just picture me and Venti calling Toma for him to drive us home. I don't know if there's any more alcohol. Okay, there's one. Yeah. All the alcoholics are going up here. Yeah, Venti's just kind of a fun guy. Like, he's just, if you meet Venti at a bar, he's your new best friend. Like, he's just such a nice, like, he's a nice guy too. That's the thing. Oh, he's a good all-rounder. Zheng Ling is just very normal. Yeah, she has a good food. Like, if you meet Zhang Ling at a party, it's not someone who you would like be close friends with, but like if you meet her randomly, I think you would like get along. Like, she's nice enough for like anyone to get along with, I think. Xiao. Xiao is kind of annoying. No, he's not annoying. I think it depends on the day. Yeah, because he's very edgy, which is like if you apply that to real life, that's, for me, that's a little bit of a turn off, if you will. But he doesn't like piss me off, right? But yeah, he's gonna stay there. Aether, where's Lumine? We're gonna put him and Lumine together. They're kind of just you, so it depends. Do you like yourself? If not, infuriate. We're gonna put them in likable in and out of game because they're just normal people reluctantly doing tasks to achieve their goal, and that's like that describes my life in a nutshell. Zheng Chu kind of bothers me. It is, part of it is the hairline, of course, but it's just like, I feel like they wrote his character description and were just like, he likes books, justice, and then that was it. Like, there's not much to him. He's kind of a mix between infuriating and oh, they exist. Like, he's fun to play, but like I don't like him. Xinyan I like. Xinyan's kind of just like the fun, like not overbearing party animal. Like, she's like, out of anyone doing karaoke with her, hell yeah, because she would just be like rocking the whole time, and that's definitely a vibe. Yeah, Diana like, I don't say the word I hate for characters frequently, but she would be the definition, like the closest thing. She's just so negative about everything. Like, it's like she seems reluctant to say anything nice, and like I get it's like kind of a tsundere thing, but it's like I expect the words that come out of her mouth to be like sad or like angry, like one of the two. Like, it's too much, man. Sucrose is a little too timid for me to put her in extremely likable, but she's all right. Like, she's like the nerdy classmate who's like kind of nice, you know? Like, that's it really. Noelle I'll put in extremely likable because she's just a wholesome cinnamon bun. She's like the one who, like, you see her putting in a lot of effort and it makes you want to put in effort, and it's just kind of a nice thing, you know? Lisa, a baddie. She's likable because of the game. I think in real life the teasing would be overbearing and like some of the wording would just make you question things, but she would never be into you. So yeah, she'd go in there. Kokomi is my comf friend. Like, she's the comfortest of comfiest. It's weird. The military tactician general has one of the most relaxing demeanors and vibes and voices out of anyone here. Like, she's just so like, if I come home and like someone greets me in her voice and her demeanor, I would just be so happy. Like, she's so comforting. Yeah, Miko's, she's a little much. She's like, just the way she talks to literally everyone is always just kind of condescending, and it kind of bothers me. Like, I get she's a fox and that's kind of their shtick, but like, just have like a conversation where you're not like head honcho. Like just, I don't know, just act a little more nice, you know? Rosaria, yeah, my drinking, but oh my god. Just picturing Toma driving me, Venti, and Rosaria home at 3 a.m. Yes. Rosaria's like, the thing is, I have a thing for depressing humor, and I always kind of vibe with it, but I can't tell like anyone else on the top of this list that I vibe with it. That's why Rosaria's there. And she's just kind of straight-laced in her own weird way as well. But yeah, I just like Rosaria. Yeah, Yanfei is the type who would, Yanfei. She's definitely likable. I'm just kind of wondering if she's the type to bring work home with her, because I kind of despise people who bring their job with them home. But I don't think she would. I'll put her in the likable because it's a game. She's the over-eccentric lawyer. Kazuha is a simple man. I want to put him at the top of likable. He doesn't have as much as character. Like, he has a good backstory, everything about him's cool, but I feel like you would never become close enough to be like besties with him. Because that's why, he's just a wanderer. He's likable though. Ito is so complicated because I don't know if I should put him in likable because of game or just extremely likable. I feel like in real life he'd be fun at first, but then his his one brain cell eventually would just get tiring. But I can imagine kids liking him as well. Yeah, like Klee and him would be besties. I'm gonna keep him in likable because it's a game. He could go here, but we're gonna keep him here. Beto, yeah. Half of the extremely likable are alcoholics. Do I have a problem? Yeah, Beto, besides for the whole drinking thing, she's just kind of a Chad. It's not like you'd see her often, but every time you do see her, it's like, oh my god, it's Beto. Albedo does kind of, like, I feel like Albedo subconsciously sounds condescending when talking to certain people, but he's not intentionally doing it. So for that, I'll put him in likable. Yeah, like in and out of game. Raiden, the abusive mother. No, I'm kidding. It was a joke. If we're talking A without the whole god thing, I would put her in likable because she's just kind of a shut-in who's just recently like learning about the outside world, which is kind of wholesome. I kind of like that. Yeah, we're gonna keep her there. Yoimiya's the top of extremely like. Yeah, this is like I want a friend like this. Like, there's something about eccentric people where I find a lot of them overbearing, and for some reason I don't with Yoimiya. It's really weird. Like, she's just so nice, and like, I don't know if you guys played that new event with her dialogue in that forest. She's just so chill, bro. Like, I need a chill friend like this. I'm sorry. She's awesome. Eula is, she's definitely a tsundere. Well, not even. She's not really a tsundere. Is she? Yeah, she kind of is. Does her tsundere trope make it impossible to like her in real life? Because I definitely like her in game. I'm gonna put her here because I feel like if you get to know her, she'll eventually, like, if you become her Amber, oh hell yeah, you guys are besties. Like, she's extremely likable if you're Amber, but if you're just a normal friend, I think it would be like, you know, just likable in and out of game. Mona, as a fellow not wealthy individual, yeah, Mona's just likable. I have this weird thing with astronomy, and every time she talks about it, it's just kind of interesting. Like, it's not such an absurd topic that it's boring, so I can like picture myself like getting behind a conversation of hers, and we can also have normal conversations, I think. So yeah, the dog. Oh no. It depends on the day because he's like so, like, I feel bad for him, so I don't want to put him at the bottom, but he is kind of wholesome. It's like, it's almost like babysitting. I feel like that's kind of what this would lead to, is just babysitting him. And Klee is like the perfect funhouse for babysitting, while he's just like you're worried that he might accidentally drink chloride or something. Yunjin. Ooh. I'm gonna put her with Jinyan. Jinyan's there. Yeah, she's gonna go with Jinyan because I have a thing where they're besties, and I like them both for very similar reasons. Zhongli, he's interesting. The way, like, anything he says, like, his voice makes it sound good. The thing is, he's too godly. Like, out of all the gods in this game so far, he's by far the most like a god to me. Like, the whole broke joke is kind of overdone at this point, and it's only happened with him once. I'm gonna put him in likable because he's a game, like, because of the whole god thing. Like, he's a little too up there for me. Speaking of too up there for me, yeah, Ningguang as well is too up there for me. I think Ningguang's more of depends on the day because she's kind of condescending at points too. Kind of like Miko, but nowhere near as bad. But she's doing everything for the purpose of her nation, which I do respect a lot. So I will put her in depends on the day though. Sayu I kind of vibe with because of the sleeping thing, but if it was real life, I think I would just, you know, get annoyed of her. I think we all would. Because it's a game, yeah, she's likable because it's a game. Ayato is, because he kind of has a double face. Like, he has his work face, and then he has his at home with Toma and Ayaka face. And I respect that. I like point where he doesn't bring work home with him. Yeah, he's likable. I like this guy. I like Ayato. Shinobu, I adore. She's going right under Yoimiya because she's so normal and chill, but she's paired up with Ito. So like it makes her like stand out more in a weird weird way. If I want a character on this list to actually be my friend and that I could realistically see myself being friends with, it would be Shinobu. She's just really likable, man. Keqing is definitely the character that brings work home with them, 100%. And the thing is, Ganyu, I could see doing that, but like she's wholesome and nice. Keqing is like always to the point, and like you could be eating supper and you're like, so you watch the hockey game? And she would just be like, sorry, I'm writing something for work, and you're just like, okay. I don't dislike her though. Yeah, we'll put her on depends on the day. Yelan is every cool kid's fantasy. She's likable because it's a game. Yeah. D-Luke, like, would you want to be friends with Batman in real life? Kind of. I mean, we're gonna leave him here. He's interchangeable for sure though. All right, next we have Shikanor and Heizo. He's a simple man. He has that flirtatious thing though, which kind of adds, you know what, that gives him charm. Because this is a likability, not a hookup tier list. It definitely adds charm to him, so I'm gonna put him in likable. Tainari is the type where there is no way in heck I would be friends with this guy because of how strict he is. But it kind of adds a bit of likability because he clearly cares about you. Like, he's like a parent, to be honest. Out of respect, like, I'll respect him some days, but like a lot of the other days I'll just be like, ugh, can you stop? Akale she's likable. I kind of like the whole split personality thing. It's not too much and it makes sense for why it's her thing. Yeah, she's likable. There's not much to say about her. Dory see, I'm a bit of a money guy, but she's a little much, I think. I think cause it's a game, I like her, but if it was real life, I think there would be that wall I have to put up and just tell her to chill. Okay, Candace needs more love, seriously. She's actually one of the like chillest and most wholesome characters in the game. It's just kind of sad that she can never leave her village. She's the type that anyone would get along with. Like, she's just straight up to the point, follow the rules, and we'll be besties. Like, I don't know, she just seems like a good older sister even, but like you actually get along with. Yeah, no, she's underlooked, man. She needs more love. Okay, Sino I'm gonna put here because he's really nice with a lot of the main cast, but if it's any NPC who talks to him that's not like a child, like he'll be like kind of a dick to them, and it just kind of feels like he's a dick to them just for the sake of being a dick, and that he's kind of flexing his power a lot. Just the whole idea of one person judging the actions of everyone is something I don't really fuck with, you know? Nilu is by far my favorite out of the simp category. So like Keqing, like Sarah, she's the best out of that. And she's likable. She's just normal, and I feel like she'd put on a little show if you go to one of her parties. You know, she's chill. Shenhe is that awkward friend that everybody likes. Why? Nobody knows, but if she's at the party, everyone says hi to her, talks to her for like 10 minutes, and you leave that conversation being like, yeah, that was cool. And I have no further explanation for her. Lila, I relate to her on a spiritual level. I think a lot of us do. I just want to get her out of that studious mentality though. Like, just go out, like have fun, right? And I feel like that would be my goal with her. But even outside of that, she's just really likable. Nahida, we're gonna put an extremely likable just because she's kind of wholesome and you kind of want to protect, even though you know she could just murder the shit out of you and erase your brain. But she's just kind of nice. Like, if you're not on her bad side, like if you haven't crossed her, like she would just be a nice person to hang out with. Yeah, no, we'll put her at the top of here. I think that's better for her. Faruzan is sassy as hell, and I love it. Yeah, no, she's no, we're gonna put her in likable because that sass in real life is such a mood. Sometimes it might bother me a little, but then I would know it's a problem with me and I'm having a bad day. But yeah, no, I love sassy people in real life. It's actually awesome. Bennett depends on the day, because I know sometimes I'd want to protect him, but other times I would just be like, can you just go over there? Just go over there. Wanderer, See, I have a special spot for him because he's my favorite character to play. But do I like him? I think it depends on the day, because there's some points when he's shit talking people, I'm just like, yes, go king. And other times I'm like, whoa, can you like calm down, my boy? It's a mix between the two. Alhaitham is similar to, where's Albedo? Because I'm putting him with Albedo. They're both very smart and might sound a little condescending at times, but it's not their intention, right? And I think Alhaitham is more, to be honest, interesting to listen to. So I'll put him a little little higher, actually. I don't know enough about Yao Yao, so I'll just put her in likable because it's a game. Chong Yun is kind of an anxiety dude. Like, his cigarettes are popsicles. That's literally his whole stick. He's not bad though. Like, yeah, I think being with him would just give me anxiety at points, and I'm not really about that. Goro, I always kind of forget exists, so I will put him here. He's not, you know what, it depends on the day, because he's not bad, but he's a little like, if he's not talking about his whole expedition on this newest battlefield, I think he'd be a nice enough guy to talk to, actually. Kaya is, he's likable until he isn't. That's my biggest thing with Kaya, is that you'll be friends with him, then he'll just randomly leave and pretend he doesn't know you. Yeah, it depends on the day.